WFDF World Ultimate Guts Championships is here in the mixed semi-final. Rugaki with that deep shot for Australia. Myself, Tom Styles, and David Pryce bringing you the commentary for this one. David, just talk us through what we're expecting to see from these two teams.
These two teams have had a very interesting route to this point. Obviously, earlier in the tournament, Canada losing to the Czechs in a sudden death game, but ultimately winning their power pool.
Dump pass from Australia. Thomas, Rugaki. Expect to hear the name of the 42 shirt a lot. Thomas Rugaki. But it's now with Garfield, and across the field to the 9 shirts of Lachlan Wise. Darting left and right into the end zone. Eventually it makes its way to the 18 shirt of Danny Alexander for Australia. As the wind rises, it's a right to left wind coming towards the camera. So from the corner of the pitch that the Canadians are currently receiving on from the far side of there, blowing towards the camera, and from the right to left is the wind direction. It's up and down, it's rolling over the top of the hedges and fences on that end of the pitch, and it will play a factor in this game.
Just to finish there, what I was saying earlier, we expect these teams to be a very similar style, with a maybe, as Tom mentions, a bit of a reliance on the GAC, but the depth of both squads is actually, you know, both teams go very far in terms of the personnel.
Way, Keelan Way finding Wong available free in the end zone, or just shy of the end zone. Keelan Way darting left and right, forward and back. Jabs underneath, Norden underneath this, has time to read it, and the presence of mind, flips over the top. Oh, what vision from Norden, finds Jennifer Kwok in the end zone, and it's a point for Canada, 1 each. We've got the British commentary team of David Pryce and Tom Styles talking you through this mixed semi-final, a place in the final at the Allianz Stadium. It's up for grabs. The other semi-finals taking place on the other pitch, and we've got Brian Jones watching that one with Evan Lepler. But right now, and a throwaway from the 18th shirt of Madison, the 18th shirt of Alexander. Disc in the air, pressure from Danny Alexander, having made that throwaway, recovered the ground, got the block on the other end of the pitch. Big pressure here on the receiving. Oh, and it's caught by the 4 shirt of Anthony Dowell. Read perfectly well, stood the shoulder to shoulder running with the Canadian defender, number 7, which was John Snow. And Aussies and Canadians scoring their 0 points so far.
John Snow showing there that he definitely knows something. For those Game of Thrones fans, that's a Game of Thrones reference.
Semi-final stages in the mixed division. Canada and Australia. Wong. Bellavance cutting. Rugaki bidding. Keelan Way rising. Keelan Way's disc is high. It's Joel Bellavance. There's going to be some pressure underneath this. Ripped out of the sky by Bellavance, but so close to Australian defence. We saw an incredible amount of rain yesterday afternoon. Game stopped, but a big disc up now. Reading, oh, brilliantly taken out of the sky by Jordan Maron. Canadians getting the turn, applying pressure. Deep shot going up, floated into space. Kiefer running after this one, just clipped a heel, did he? No, he just tripped as he was running that one down to Calivotis. Deep shot goes up, it's going to be caught in the wind, it's going to drift towards the back of the end zone and swept up neatly by Cam Burden for Canada.
Canada bringing in Norden, and Australia putting McNaughton on. I think Aussies really want to get this disc back, and the Canadians really want to make sure that it goes in.
Oh, nice disc down the line. Big disc from Norden, but it's a diving one into the wind. Tony finding the disc way out to McNaughton. McNaughton sending it deep, but it's going to drift out on the wind.
And the Canadians unable to get through the wind going the other direction. We'll say go to try now.
Big disc up, bids there, and it's well read by Chris Cavaliotis. Got up early, took it over the head, Makes a pleasant change from some of the conditions we've seen this week. It's a nice floaty pass straight into the path of Danny Alexander. He's been a key player for Australia so far already. Cavaliotis. Across to Thomas. Just those two players looking for each other at the moment, and there's a hard run-through bid from Marin. Shirt. Over front. And a disc across to Chris Cavaliotis, bringing it down for Australia. Wong for Canada. Bellavance now. Centre of the pitch marked by the rangy figure of the GAC, Tom Ragaki. Down the pitch to Kwok. Jennifer Kwok fakes. Finds Justin Norden just ahead of the Australian receiver. Into the path of Keelan Way. It's an easy point for Canada. Thomas floats into space and red and caught.
You enjoying this video of the Canucks taking on the Aussies? I bet you are. Subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button too. Get regular updates. And while you're at it, comment, share. We love your support and hope we can keep getting it.
Big disc floating on this wind, upwind. That's a great pull from Australia, allowing the Australians to close down. But Bellavance pops that disc high. Keelan Way just takes an extra step, leaps, and rises, finds Jennifer Kwok. No pressure on her at the moment. Not sure where her defender's got to. Oh, lurking deep. Now she's waiting to arrive. And now Jennifer Kwok is marked again. Justin Norden to Keelan Way. Into Joel Bellavance. And oh, they make it look so easy.
And then yesterday, in their quarterfinal, being Japan by 2.
Tom Ragaki. Big disc floating in the wind. Danny Alexander underneath. Oh, what a great disc from Ragaki. Finds Danny Alexander in space.
Catch it early. Help us teach kids about cancer symptoms through Ultimate Frisbee clinics. Join us and speak up.
From the Australians, float over his head, and they pick it up. Immediate disadvantage to the Canadians. Jennifer Kwok. And the disc downfield. Nice pass forward from Copland. The two-shirt of Tink to Copland again. Swings the disc across. Copland continues his cut. Wong in hot pursuit. Now to zero. Lothian. Down the line. Oh, has to. Oh, a ground strip there from the three-shirt from Norden. Was downwind, but wasn't a great pass. Anne-Marie Carey now for Canada. Norden cutting across. Kwok. Resets to Norden. Big flick on the sidearm side, floating in the wind. Underneath it is going to be a huge grab from Joel Bellavance. And did he just drop it? He did just drop it. He was thinking about making a call, but he knew that the Australian had nothing to do with the disc on the ground. And the disc from Way was poor.
And that all came from Canada just being a bit too deep. There was so much separation, and O going deep now himself.
Huge takedown from Miles McCullum. Fu. McCullum. And it's a score for Australia. Upwind on the D. That's a big break for them. They take the lead 6-4.
So now Australia playing D downwind. They're potentially having an advantage of another break because the Canadians are yet to score upwind. So we'll see if Canada can
making a big difference in this game. Lepagnol. Disc into the end zone. It's floating high. There's going to be pressure underneath it. Tap is all it needed from Vivian Stetner to take it out of the back of the end zone. Now Australia in the driving seat, coming downwind. They've earned the turn. All they've got to do is score it, and that'll put real pressure on the Canadians. Dowell cutting hard across the pitch. Lepagnol in hot pursuit. Dowell with that nice over-the-shoulder backhand. Moving the disc again. Available underneath. Hunter, big disc into the end zone. Pressure and a clash between Norden and the receiver for Australia. And that's what Hunter will be looking for. Regaki down the pitch. Oh, a clash of legs. Wonder if these calls would have been made if the point in the game wasn't quite so critical. McNaughton still for Australia. Floats the disc across to Regaki. Just hangs in the wind nicely as Regaki comes across to collect it. Fast cuts, left and right. Looks for the reset. Back to McNaughton. Forward pass nicely, safely into the hands of Hannah Magan, who just drops it into the end zone for Tom Regaki. Australia in the driving seat in this one. They've broken Canada. Oh. Justin Norden, Australia, back out on D. Keelan Way, one of the fastest players for this Canadian side. Finds Kwok. Kwok with the disc on the far sideline. Busting up the line is Norden, but the disc across has to be to Keelan Way, and he has to do a lot of work to get it up as well. Blasting to Joel Bellavance now. Bellavance, oh, he almost threw that inside pass. Faking, diving. Contact, and Liam Kelly in straight away to hands by his side. He's just listening to the conversation. No requirement, and just signalling the call. Norden. So Bellavance trying to milk it into the end zone. It couldn't quite. He's got that disc in a funny position in his hand, and all he needs to do is flip it to Keelan Way. Garfield out to the sidelines. Catherine Smith. Smith manages to find the middle of the field. And Danny Alexander. Julie Mowens apologising. Finds Bellavance again via Justin Norden. Way available. The 4 men handling. Just working the disc up at the moment. The 3 women, and it's transitioned to a one-on-one. Shot across to the far side of the end zone. Beautifully brought down and read by Anne-Marie Carey to Garfield. Garfield floats across the pitch, and it's caught by Danny Alexander. Really tough catch that went down onto her knees. Will skim some skin off those. Smith, great disc down the line. Now to the 71 shirt of Tony. And back to Garfield. Garfield across the pitch to Alexander, playing such a pivotal role in this Australian side. Floats to the back corner. After the Canadians have turned the disc back over. Green and gold with Regaki. Back to Regaki again. And then the deep shot, leaning into that one. Bellavance is underneath this one. Takes it over the top of Thomas Vogt. And floats into the path of Justin Norden. Canada pokes it through and into the path of Brendan Wong, who sends it to Andrea Chang, who reads it perfectly and brings it down. 30 minutes to rest till the cap. Disc flying high through the air. Oh, and it's perfectly read by Australia. Wide arms from Middleton. Bellavance with the disc. Wide arms from Booth, and it's a deep shot floating in the wind. It's going to be some pressure underneath this. Wong trying to read it. Wong with the time and the space and the physicality. Azawa, again, Crystal Koo taking a bit of a knock on her shoulder. Danny Alexander running right underneath that. Miscommunication, misread, and that downwind disc from Alexander has been absolutely solid in this game so far for Australia. Deep takes, great looks, good reads, big D's from Alexander, but didn't quite catch the look of that disc as it was coming in, but read perfectly well there. Lachlan Wise to Regaki. The disc pops out level and steady. Back to Wise. Wise, arm over the top, finds Regaki, continues the cut, floats into the path of Wise. 2 hands, the Australians are playing a fantastic game. Running fast, Carey available for the reset, but she can't get free of the attentions of Tink. And Chang is used instead. Lothian marking her, forcing onto that line. Norden available again. He's got pressure coming from McCallum. Bellavance with the hammer. It's an almost impossible disc to catch for Norden. It dives to the turf. Oh, so it wasn't Norden, it was the 9 shirts of Cabot. Asked a lot of from that hammer. Up the line, looking for that deep shot. Big running from Lothian. She's hat's come off. She's still chasing that one, Emma Lothian.
And we can see the Australians here pushing the Canadians upfield. They're trying to stop them taking an early deep shot.
And he throws the disc into the end zone for Jennifer Kwok to run perfectly. Australia through the middle. Wise back to Thomas. Thomas, Cavaliotis. Back to Thomas again. Floats into space, just rises high. Wise with the disc into the end zone, chased down by Way, but Dowell just shrugs off. Timocles Copland comes to mark Justin Norden. Tom Regacki comes to mark Joel Bellavance. The Australians are applying the pressure. They want to put this to bed. An upwind score at this point would be an absolute death knell for Canada. The deep shot from Wong is errant. Critical moments. The mixed semi-final of the World Ultimate and Guts Championships. Big players rising. Regacki with the flick. What a disc that is, gliding high into the path of the receiver. Just dived at the last second. The breeze out here causing havoc for both these teams. Bellavance with a big disc down for Canada. Wong underneath it, the ever-present Wong. Front of the end zone, floats into the path and brought down by Cabot. Canada scores downwind again. You see Justin Norden out here again in the 3 shirt, having just played offense. He's back out on defense. Disc over the top. Great high grab from Wise. Into the middle. Into the end zone. And it's an easy point for Australia. To Kwok. Catches high. Uncomfortable grip, but she's connected with the disc. Down the line to Norden. Great cut from him to Cheng. And it's a point for Canada going downwind. Big take from Garfield. High catch from Cavaliotis. Another high catch from Wise. Douse down the line to Garfield again into the end zone. It's just above the outstretched fingertips of Cavaliotis. But the people that are here are loving the ultimate. And a big low disc there from Canada is turfed immediately. 21 shirt of Mike Azawa not able to find his... Australia have got the disc back. Garfield with a big ping across the end zone. It's well read and well received by Lachlan Wise. 6:15. But Canada with a big disc from Bellavance is going to be read. Oh, the touch from the top from Carlo. He's read that. Opportunity for Australia to finish this game in the most emphatic style, scoring upwind. It's been such a rare occurrence in this game. Only 1 point scored upwind. And a foot block from Leduc. Gets it back for Canada. Incredible athleticism. Flies that toe up. And he scores the point as well. Canada holds downwind. Regacki looking downfield, so dangerous. Oh, an outstretched bid. Cavaliotis. The disc wasn't for him, it was for Stetner. He understood that, but there was a big bid that came in. Regacki now. Regacki option over the top to Wise. Wise to Cavaliotis. Into the end zone. It's a point for Australia. They take the game. This mixed semi-final has been won by the Australians, destroying Canada with that 1 point up the wind, and they held the break back downwind again, and they've held on to that, and they've not let the Canadians have a single chance to get really near that upwind end zone. David Pryce, Megan Multenny, and myself, Tom Styles, bringing you the coverage. I'd like to say thanks to anyone from the Kickstarter campaign who supported it to make this coverage possible. Today's World Flying Disc Federation free streaming coverage of the 2016 World Ultimate Championships from London has been brought to you by VC Ultimate, proud to be the official merchandise partner of the World Flying Disc Federation, and by Eric, teaching youth about cancer symptoms through Ultimate Frisbee clinics, by the members of the USA Ultimate, and by members of the World Flying Disc Federation.